friends, I am Anantram and I'm happy to be here. It is my first visit to this continent and I'm so proud to be here in Skyline University in Kano.
Hi, this is Dr. Meenakshi Anantram and I come from India, bringing best wishes of my country to Skyline University at Kano, Nigeria.
My experience has been amazing. I delivered a lecture on institution building for the Skyline University.
It's a pleasure to interact with students at the Skyline University, and I had 4 wonderful sessions. The first impression of this building, indeed worthy of its name, Skyline, absolutely towering over the entire state and the city. The Skyline building gives us hope for a better future.
Thereafter, there was an author's meet program, and I have authored an Amazon best-selling book, and the university wanted me to share my experiences as an author.
The students here received us perfectly, along with the Vice Chancellor and his entire team. And my first session with them, along with my husband, was on authoring a book. Being Amazon bestsellers, Anantram and I had the pleasure of retelling our story of the trials and tribulations of being authors, how you start writing and how an empty page becomes your story to tell. The students were very interactive, and in fact we found 2 poets and 2 authentic writers from amongst the younger generation of the students who were with us. And 2 of them have come forward to ask us to mentor them to write books.
I spoke about my entire journey of writing the book and getting it published, and gave some valuable tips. I'm very happy that I could inspire many people to start writing their blogs, and some even said that they're going to start writing their books.
Writing is a healing process, and for our children who are under such stress, the Skyline kids had the authentic vision to tell us that they wanted to use their pen to do away with their pain, and Anant and I were really happy to be of use there. Thereafter, we went on to a very fun-loving and interactive session as medical clowns. Being the first palliative medical clown couple from my country, India, Anantram and I had stories to tell on the pain that we had on losing a child and how we transformed that pain into the pleasure of touching and reaching a heart in pain. We also followed up with a trip to the Amino Kano Teaching Hospital. And it was a trip well worth, because the students who were with us through the seminar also joined us. We laughed, we cried, we made friendships, and above all, overnight and over a few hours of friendship, all of us grew red noses. We have 12 lovely kids who are now forming the Palliative Medical Care Clown Club for Skyline University, and I congratulate these young, empathetic and kind-hearted children for taking the cause of medical clowning into the world of Kano and Nigeria.
Thereafter, I said I could do something for the students, and being my niche area, I gave a program on resume writing and facing interviews for the level 400 students. There was a very good participation by over 65-70 students. There were all kinds of questions, and so many of them, they wanted me to help them in their careers, and I was so happy to do this, because this is where many students fail to market themselves correctly, and it was an amazing experience for me to share this.
My next session was a CEO talk session, and it was a formal session to start off with. Farid, who was there to introduce and take me on as a host for the session, was very invigorating in the way he brought the whole team together to put the session on the table. But what was important during the CEO talk session is, I made a trip down nostalgia lane and remembered the time when I started my journey into business, into being an entrepreneur, a woman rocking her cradle and ruling her world, and thereafter setting goal on being one of many firsts. The awards that I won came back in a flash as the students started asking me questions, taking me back to the time when I was at a crossroads as to how to become an entrepreneur and a CEO. It was wonderful to be there at the CEO session, which was very informal. We even played games to check the observation skills of the Skyline students, and they did pretty good. What I saw during my session at the CEO talks was communication was excellent in all the children, especially the English language came to most of the students very easily. The only thing that was worrying me is the level of confidence, because only some of them could stand up and talk for themselves. The others were hiding behind giggles and behind the table. So when I asked them to interact with me and give qualities that they liked in themselves and me, they were the first to write down. And out of the 50 or 60 children there, about 35 children said I was inspiring, and that is the badge of honor that I take back to my country. That a bunch of beautiful kids in your Skyline University thought I was inspiring, made my trip worth its while. Today we had the International Women's Day, and I was a guest speaker here. We spoke about inspiring inclusion, and the women that were invited to the tea party, the purple party, were exclusive. Some of them are handpicked. I saw many educationists, social workers, medical women from the medical field, very passionate entrepreneurs. We saw some CEOs of companies, and all of them had a story to tell. All of them were really big shots in their own way, but with great humility, they came and listened to our tales. And we shared, we cared, we laughed, we cried. And some of us remembered as mothers how vulnerable we were when we started being women business leaders. And it was worth the while, because at the end of the day, we had 60 sisters hugging each other and telling each other that we'll miss them from tomorrow. The Skyline University has done a great job in organizing this Purple Party. Purple stands for inclusivity, and I think you have included every aspect of a woman in this great finale program that I was very much part of, and honored to be here, to be a part of this program. I wish the Skyline University all the best, and for all the children who come here to study, I wish that they would understand the opportunity given to them, because not many places like Skyline exists, where not just the Vice Chancellor and the board, but every teacher is actually very interested in each child that they nurture. There was so much of laughter, so much of kindness, so much of empathy, and we go back to India with hearts filled with joy that we came to a continent and went back as a member of the family of Skyline.
Skyline University, thank you so much. It's been such an amazing journey for me, and I thank you for this opportunity, and I'm glad I could use this opportunity to really help myself grow, learn a lot, and I hope my time with you was valuable. Thank you so much. God bless Skyline University.